build this maximum security prison. And if this cop and this criminal survive 100 days...
All right, boom. So for starters, these chains that are on Ian and I, the handcuffs and the leg shackles combined, I've never put them on myself. Handcuffs, yes. I've had handcuffs on me. But shackles, no. And I tell you what, they are very uncomfortable. Even when they're loose, they're uncomfortable because you have a bunch of ligaments and muscles that are in your ankles. I didn't realize I had a bunch of ligaments and muscles, or the ligaments and muscles in my ankles that I had there. I didn't realize it until I had those shackles on, and they're super, super uncomfortable. Like I said, when I used to put these on prisoners, when I had to transport them, they would always tell me, loosen them up. I was more concerned about them getting away than their comfort, but now I truly understand. And I would always loosen them up, made sure that it wasn't too loose, but I really get it now.
Together, I will give them $500,000.
What's going on?
Nice to officially meet you.
Nice to meet you, Lenny. When walking in and seeing Ian through the bottom of my blindfold, I was able to see some of his tattoos, and I was just looking to make sure he didn't have any swastikas or any crazy Aryan tattoos or anything like that. Even though I didn't think the Beast team would do anything wild like that, I still had to make sure. So I was just like, wow, who am I in here with? I figured that it was going to be a convict based off of the tattoos. Sorry to assume, but I mean, it would only make sense in a Beast video, right? This handshake right here is crazy, but we had to make it work, and it looked good for the effect.
Ian.
You guys want to be uncuffed?
That'd be great.
Now that that's out the way, at any point over the next 100
That was
days,
such a relief.
if either of you decide to leave, you both get nothing. Have you guys ever seen $500,000 in real life?
Never.
Well, I owed $500,000 when I got out of prison. Does that count?
How long were you a cop?
17 years.
How long were you a criminal?
3 years in federal prison.
Both of those pictures that they pulled up, crazy. Between his and mine, I was probably like 20 pounds more than what I am right now. As a police officer, as much as you probably should stay in shape, especially working in New York City, it could be very tough with keeping up with the schedule and all the good food that's out there in New York City. So when I saw that picture, I was like, oh, man.
How do these compare to the prison you're in?
These are a little thicker, and we have a pillow.
You didn't get a pillow when you're in prison.
They don't give you a pillow.
Well, aside from the pillow, this prison is a one-to-one replica of what an actual...
Now, I just want to touch on this also. I've arrested plenty of people. We would have them in holding cells within my precinct. Sometimes I would have to bring them downtown. I would have to bring them downtown to Manhattan Central Booking, and you would see what some of the holding cells look like before they went to Rikers, or they might have went to another facility. I myself have never been in a real prison. So me seeing this firsthand, I've never been inside the gates of one. I've never been inside of an actual prison cell and inside of an actual prison. So this was my first experience as well.
Prison would be like.
Dude, he's got the real prison toilet.
Wow.
We're gonna feed you guys 3 times a day. We're gonna cut the lights off at the same time every night, and we're gonna...
Real quick, let me tell you about the prison toilet. The prison toilet is one of the weirdest things. Actually, Ian, he had to put me on and tell me how you go about peeing in prison on one of these toilets. He said either you have to kneel down to the ground, which I was not doing, or you would actually have to face the opposite way and do your thing on the toilet so that the urine would not splash all over the cell or all over the area. So those were the methods that he told me that they did in prison, but we both agreed that we weren't doing that. One of the weirdest things about using one of these toilet bowls is when you're on the toilet and you actually flush, you can feel the cold water running through your thighs and running through your butt cheeks. It felt like AC for your buns. It was crazy. Very awkward.
Give you a wake-up call every morning. Good luck.
They really made this like prison. These seats are cold. Uncomfortable.
Cold, hard.
As always, we have a ton of cameras monitoring their every move.
They're listening to everything that we're saying, so anything that we say.
They're gonna get ideas.
Today was the first time that this cop and this criminal have ever met. We didn't know it yet, but over the course of this video, Ian and Lenny quickly became enemies. There's gonna be stealing.
I am now the smuggling convict.
Fights.
So because
I love how the Beast team puts all these clips together just from over the time that we were there to build the video up. It's really sick. So much good editing and things that we can't even remember that we recorded that were thrown in this.
I'm not religious, it's an issue.
Oh, I didn't say that.
We're gonna need an EMT.
And even betrayal.
You're Lenny the snitch. This is brutal.
Will they make it the entire 100 days? Or will one of them screw the other?
All I want to do is go home with all the money, and if I have to strangle a cop, so be it. Dibs on bottom bunk.
Nah, I'm taking the bottom bunk.
Whatever, old man. In prison, it goes by the elder respect, so whoever's older gets to decide first. What if he snores at night?
I do.
Good night.
Now, when he brought up this whole snoring topic, I admitted I do snore. Usually, what you guys don't know, I usually use a CPAP machine just to make sure that I sleep well. Do I really need it? No, but it helps substantially. Also, it helps my wife. I do it more so for her than for myself. But I use a sleep machine or a CPAP machine, and I was tempted to tell the Beast team that I use one, but I didn't want it to eliminate me from the challenge. Like I said, I don't really need it, but it does help substantially. And it actually made for a pretty cool topic to talk about in this video. And also I said to myself, I'm hoping that my snoring goes down when I lose weight. And it actually did. So that was also a motivation for me to lose weight during the course of this challenge.
Hey, what about a warning?
All right, criminal, get some rest. I didn't know it was that crazy.
Good morning.
It is way too early. This stupid cop was snoring all night.
Listen, that first day that we stayed there and woke up in the morning, oh my goodness, it was 6 o'clock. It was 6 o'clock on the dot. They turned the lights on, and there's lights everywhere. I mean, everywhere, on the ceiling, on the sides. Absolutely insane. And then the voice of the guards, like there's guards in there. It's real prison guards, right? I mean, obviously some of them are part of the production team and stuff like that, but they were legit guards telling us when to wake up, telling us when lights were on, telling us when lights were out. It was legit. Not only that, I forgot to add this at the beginning, but putting on those uniforms, under those uniforms, we were wearing what prisoners traditionally wear. We had on tighty whities. We had on the tube socks. The tighty whities were absolutely uncomfortable for those 100 days. So when you guys think that these MrBeast videos are fake or whatever the case is, no, they tried to make it as realistic as possible down to the underwear. Down to the underwear, which were the tighty whities, like I said.
Snoring kept me up. You did? Yeah. So I think it's like, judging by the sky, like maybe 6 or 7 a.m. right now. First night, Jimmy, I gotta say that really did feel like prison.
The most important question, what were you locked up for?
Fraud and money laundering. So I started lying, borrowing money from this person to pay this person, lost everyone's money, but the problem became I lied about the losses. So I ended up with $500,000 of debt.
Which coincidentally is the same amount of money.
Now, we're seeing Ian. I kind of figured that it was something white collar, but I didn't want to jump to conclusions. I had no clue who Ian was beforehand. Through our countless hours of talking to one another, I found out that he was in the podcasting and how big of a following that he had. And I was like, wow, okay. And I was pretty impressed by what it is that he had accomplished, but I wasn't able to see anything on my own until I got out. So I was just like, all right, he's telling me all this stuff. I believed him. And he helped me a lot with the information that he shared in regards to him building his podcast, where he was now, and how it's truly possible to be successful in that space.
They could win in this video.
Mealtime.
Guys, we got our first meal in prison right here. This actually looks better than prison.
Ian, the criminal, seems to be right at home here.
Now, let me tell you, our first meal, they didn't actually show it, but our first meal was sausage and peppers. And it was absolutely fantastic. I don't remember what the veggies were or anything else. I just remember there was sausage and peppers. And we said that if the food is going to be like this every time, we'll be all right. But I'll save that for later.
It's actually pretty cozy down here.
While Lenny the cop is fighting to adapt to prison life.
I've locked people up my whole life, so it's weird to be on the other end of it.
Them telling me what time I gotta go to sleep, what time I'm gonna be waking up, and what time I'm gonna be eating. Like, that's a wild, crazy adjustment.
Yeah, I didn't like that side of things. Not at all.
Good morning.
Ian and Lenny's relationship was off to a bit of a rocky start.
I think I might sleep on the floor for the snoring. Probably so annoying. I've officially moved my bed, and hopefully it will deflect Mr. Lenny's snoring.
Even with the tension between them and Ian's lack of sleep, the cop and criminal had to do something to cure their boredom. They worked together to create a basketball hoop with their bed frame.
This is a dope idea.
And even utilized it as a pull-up bar.
Now, one thing about Ian is Ian's a bit of a mad scientist. And that's one of my favorite things about him. He was able to come up with things. He'd be able to look at something and be like, oh, well, why don't we do this? Why don't we do that? We could use this for this. We could use this for that. And it was his idea to do this in regards to turning the bed upside down. And we kind of just built off of it. I came up with the idea for the basketball hoop. I like playing basketball. I'm not that great at it, but I liked it. Figured that would be something that we could use to pass time. Played a lot of horse. We made it work for us for what it is that we had. Made a ball. You see there's a ball right there on the table. We made that out of the saran wrap that they would give us with our dinner. So we would grab the saran wrap, we would ball it up until we had enough. And then we actually found some fabric. I think we used Ian's bandana that he came in with, and we cut it up and we wrapped it around the ball to keep the saran wrap together. And that was our basketball.
I was not athletic my first prison go-around, so I'm making it up my second one.
There we go.
It was clear that they wanted some workout equipment.
I'm trying to turn a jail body into a beach body.
And as usual, I had something for them on day 10 that might help them out. Officer Beast reporting. Officer Beast reporting for duty. Let's see how our prisoners are doing. How's it going, boys?
Warden Jimmy!
I see you dismantled the bed here.
Well, I'm living with Snorlax over here.
Snorlax? Wait, you snore?
Apparently, but I don't believe it.
See, what they won't show is that Ian actually snores too. It's just that it didn't keep me up. So I didn't do much complaining about it. I don't think it really kept him up either. But Ian wanted to be Ian.
What do you think the day 10 offer is?
Personal chef, a library.
What if it was none of the above?
Ooh.
Follow me, boys.
Now, if you look at the chess table right here, you could see that we have pieces. These right here are vitamins that we were actually able to bring into the challenge. And these were cups of applesauce. The deodorant is right next to, I believe, a salt packet. Next to that is some of the gel soap that we used to use. And on my side, that's Ian's side right there on the top. And then on my side, before we were able to gain access to the chess pieces, on my side, I had a chapstick, and then I had some nasal spray right there, and we had jelly packets as well. Now, they didn't show this in the challenge, or they didn't show this in the final edit, but we actually carved this table into a chess table, Ian and I. I came up with the idea, and he assisted me. And what we did was we used a piece of the bed that came off. We used that as like a straight line, and we just constantly carved it and carved it and carved it and etched it out until it was a chessboard. And it took us a few hours to do this, but this is one of the biggest things that helped us to get through the challenge. Is playing chess.
This locked door is the first of many restricted areas that I will reveal throughout the course of this video. Guards, unlock the door.
East wing unlocked.
Right this way. Welcome to the prison yard. Out here, you'll have everything you need to stay fit for the next 90 days.
Yeah, let's go.
For 1 hour a day, you'll have access to a pull-up bar, a basketball goal. Just soak it in.
This would make time go by so much faster.
Oh, it feels great. Seeing the sun.
Are you ready to hear the offer?
Yes, we are.
All right, come on in. I'll lock the interrogation room.
Area unlocked.
All right, come on in. Have a seat.
Now, they banged this out pretty quick, but it was a lot more intense than what it is that they show, I guarantee you.
Now that you're in separate rooms with no ability to communicate with each other, the day 10 offer is, if you guys want the recreational area, it's gonna cost you $50,000 of your prize pool. If you both accept it, it's yours for 50 grand. But where this gets interesting is if one of you accept it and the other doesn't, you still pay the 50 grand for the prize pool, but only one of you gets access to it for the rest of the video.
This was not what I was expecting.
You've had 10 days in this prison to get to know each other, but can you predict what the other person will choose?
Oh my goodness.
It's a big decision because this affects the next night.
Now, while I was in there, honestly, I was very confident that Ian, like I wasn't worried. I knew that Ian would take it. But for real, he was super nervous. He like, I don't know if he actually shed a tear or not. he says sometimes he says that he did cry, sometimes he says he was about to cry. I don't know. But this emotion that he's going through right now is 100% legit. And if you listen to our interview that I did with him and that he did with me, it's in one of them. He talks about how, or I asked him, I think it was the one where I interviewed him, and I asked him like what was going through his mind in that moment and what was his true emotion. And it really went back to the criticism and the negativity that he dealt with when he was put in prison originally for the mistakes that it is that he made a few years ago. He didn't want to experience that, oh, he's a negative guy, he's a bad guy, he's selfish. So he was facing some demons in that moment, like for real.
I'm tired of looking like the bad guy in life.
You know what the good guy would do, but being the good guy for 90 days kind of sucks.
I would have cried.
All right, you've both made your decision. They have no idea what each other chose. Want to kick us off?
I said yes.
I haven't told him what you chose.
So I wanted to add a little bit of suspense to it. So that's why I came in with a very serious face. Didn't really say off the bat or have specific expressions so that he could tell what it is that I was thinking or what it is that I was feeling.
Yeah.
Say yes.
My view.
Like the emotions in that moment, we were genuinely happy with one another. We were genuinely like, super ecstatic at the fact that we were on the same page. We used to talk about working out all the time and just being outdoors and switching things up. And it paid off.
The money aspect has changed drastically.
$50,000 is nothing. It's nothing to go outside, to be able to work out, to get some fresh air, to see what's going on around you. Being in there for 10 days without that was rough. And to fathom and think about what it would be like for another 90 and to not be able to be outside was too crazy. Me, I love being outside. I love playing sports. I love playing lacrosse. I love playing basketball. I'm an outdoor type of person. So it was a no-brainer for me.
I'm willing to spend money to live more comfortably to get through this time here.
Who knows? We might not make it to the end if we pass up the things that could make our situation more comfortable. Some money is better than no money. That's the way that I see it.
Good morning. Good morning.
It was crazy to see that an hour a day of recreation time made them feel like they could stay here for 100 days.
Wow. Freedom, baby.
Definitely worth the 50K.
50 grand well spent.
Over the next couple of days, they took full advantage of everything the yard had to offer.
Gonna come out of here looking like savages.
For now, it seemed like the rec yard allowed them to tolerate each other enough to survive. But there were some things about this challenge that they didn't handle so well. Because I built this set to be just like a real prison. And we all know prison food is not that good.
This is Warden Jimmy's version.
So you just saw that we had chess pieces on the table here. Ian actually smuggled. So they had a chessboard outside as well. With chess pieces, Ian smuggled the chess pieces into the indoor prison, into the prison, so that we could actually have real pieces instead of vitamins, sugar packets, salt packets, ketchup, nasal spray, and whatever else we were using.
Meatloaf, like a frozen burger, probably defrosted with some.
Now get into the food. The food was actually what we call hot geebs, right? I came up with that name, hot geebs. We had a song, hot geebs, get it while it's hot. The food was trash, as expected. It was prison food. But what made it worse is that for 10 days, in between each challenge, we had to eat the same food. So for breakfast, for lunch, and for dinner, we were eating the same thing for 10 days. If we got something that we did not like, too bad. We had to man up and we had to eat it. And there were times where I didn't want to eat the same thing. So I would fast. Or they would give us an extra tray if it wasn't enough. So what I would do is if I liked the lunch but I didn't like the dinner, then I would save the lunch tray for dinner. Breakfast for lunch. That's what the drill was. Let me also talk about this little spark, whatever you want to call it right here, this red thing that's on the tray. Every single meal, that's what we use. We didn't have a typical fork and a typical knife. We were dealing with that thing. It's about this tiny. That's what we were using to eat. Apparently they use that in prison as well. Like I said, I've never been to prison. I'm going based off of Ian and what it is that he told me. And it was a pain in the butt. Like I could not stand it. Between that, the deodorant, and the soap that would dry out my skin, it's pretty brutal.
Gravy on it.
This food is absolutely.
And also you see that we have the applesauces there. Every meal, we got an applesauce. That's why you could see on the ground at times, I actually made the numbers of the days that we had remaining out of the applesauces, and Ian also put up the applesauces on the bars that point toward the outside. So that was like some type of art that he wanted to create it with the applesauces. It had multiple uses.
Butt cheeks.
I had no idea the people I arrested were eating this.
I really don't know how much longer I can eat this.
I would not wish this upon my worst enemy, what's going on right now.
And that's why on day 20, I had the perfect thing for them. Are you
We were really going in about the food, like for real, for real.
ready for the day 20 offer?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's go.
One of you is gonna have to make the decision for both of you. Which one of you wants to make the decision that both of you will have to live with?
All right, I'll just let you rock with it then.
Okay.
Oh, really? You trust him that much? Of
course you do.
Yeah, we talk a lot. Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Kitchen unlocked.
Come on in.
Wow. There's a kitchen in here?
In this kitchen is all the ingredients and cooking equipment you'll need to cook delicious and healthy meals for the rest of your time in this prison. You can continue eating the prison meals which you don't like, or take this kitchen and eat what.
I'll tell you what, I saw that canned food and I was like, no dice. That's why I asked him, I said, do you have some meat in here? I wanted to see something that was a bit fresh, you know? But the fact that I had a stove there and I saw it had a blender, juicer, tea, all types of spices, it made it a bit enticing. I'm not going to front. the hardest part is the fact that Ian wasn't there to see it. So I had to do this based off of what him and I would talk about. And a lot of times, us playing chess was like a precursor to us being able to strategize on the decisions that we might have to make in the future, on what the possibilities might be. We were always strategizing because in there was not much else to do.
Whatever you want for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day. You just have to give up your yard time every day.
Do you know what the offer is?
It's trade the rec yard for a kitchen. And
me personally, I would rather have the food, could have fun cooking throughout the day. We can make creations.
Do we have any meat?
Do we have any meat? What do you think? We got some beef patties, some hot dogs, everything you could want.
Okay.
But here's the thing. You're not just deciding for you. What do you think your partner would think?
Oh, man, I don't know what he'd want me to do.
Well, I'll give you a minute to choose. Ian, I gave your roommate the choice to trade the recreation yard for a fully stocked kitchen.
I already know what he picked. He picked keep the yard time.
Yeah, he didn't even consider my offer.
Basically, being outside is the priority. Change of scenery is the priority. Not only that, but we established that we were going to get out of there. We were going to be cut up. We were going to be ripped. Like, this is an opportunity for us to make some money and to get built. Getting food, it just wasn't an option. We just had to continue with what it is that we were dealing with. We weren't going to gain another 20 pounds while being in prison. Like, we said that we were going to get out of there and make ourselves look good. So not only that, but we just got the yard. We just got the yard 10 days before. Why would we give that up for the rest of the challenge for a kitchen and not see outside again? It didn't make sense. So it was a grab ball decision.
Guys, every single day you complain about the food. I thought you were going to take it. You know what? That was a little easier than I thought. Day 30, I'm going to make it not so easy on you guys.
Ooh. All right.
No lie, when Jimmy said that, I was legit nervous. I was like, I don't know what he's going to come up with, because I made that decision so quick that I think that it frustrated him, to be honest.
If I weren't Jimmy, not giving up this rec yard for nothing.
Another day in paradise?
It's been a full 24 hours since my bunkie and I made the decision to turn down the kitchen. We're not feeling the least bit of regret.
And it's kind of hard too, like, we didn't take the kitchen, so it didn't change the scenery. All it did was allow us to continue what it is that we were doing with the yard. And anything that we did, any scenery that did change or anything that did come about, it was up to us to be creative and figure those things out.
You feeling any regret over there?
None.
We're so happy we're not cooped up all day.
I can't wait to see my wife's reaction. She's gonna be like, there ain't no way that you didn't take that basketball court. Ain't no way you didn't take being outside.
Despite being happy with the results of their challenge, they were also beginning to think about what they were missing outside of the prison.
What I have to remember is why I'm here and what my purpose is. Winning that money for my family is the ultimate goal. I got my wife.
The fact that they included these pictures of my family is absolutely awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's tremendously beautiful, man. Thanks to the Beast team.
I have a beautiful family. I can't back out of this because everybody else is dependent on me.
It must be nice having a wife and kids. Yeah, I did a year without my family.
I mean,
I saw my dad once in that year for 2 days.
once?
Mm-hmm. I didn't see my brother or my mom for a year.
Really?
That's that.
Being in there and being, Ian, he has his podcast. He's told his story Lord knows how many times. But for me to be in there and actually ask him specifics about him being in prison and what he endured, he went through it. So for him to get out of prison and then build a successful podcast, social media presence, and then come back to something like this, I can understand why it was a hard time for him. When I say he went through it, I'm not saying like anything violent or anything like that, but at times, you listen to his story, he did talk about a guard that tried to solicit his buns and to be PG about it, and just being extorted or trying to be extorted in other stories, I could understand the PTSD that may be associated with it on top of what he's already built.
Limited to an hour of yard time a day,
I can't wait for yard time.
they grew restless and found creative ways to pass the time before the next challenge.
Catch up dodgeball!
When this guy used to prance around in what he calls his skivvies, long johns, thermals, the first time he came out in them, I was like, get this guy out of here. He loved it, though. It was pretty funny, I'm not going to lie. Ian was a funny dude.
Get out of here, copper! Ah! We're gonna need an EMT. Wrap me up, officer, if I gonna lose it.
So what you don't see is I actually hit him in the leg with a ketchup packet, and it looked like there was blood on his upper thigh, so I was acting like I was applying a tourniquet.
Our inmates have now been living in this prison for 30 days.
Let's see how they're doing. What up, boys?
Hey, Warden Jimmy!
Guys, you're a month into it. How's it been?
It's been good.
Come on inside, fellas. There's a new area of the prison that we're going to unlock right now. Unlock the library door.
You gotta be kidding me.
Library unlocked.
Are you serious?
Seriously, and there are literally hundreds of books in here.
We got magazines.
Wait, hold up. Here's the catch. Access to this library is 100% free, but only one of you gets it.
Oof.
For the next 70 days.
You gotta be.
Every challenge, they were pitting us up against one another. We talked about the potential of there being a library. What we did is we ran down what type of scenarios are in the prison. We talked about there possibly being a library, and we were super excited if there were to be one. We didn't think that we would have to choose one or the other.
One of you will get to go.
God is good. I had a few other things in there. I had a cross that was on the wall. Can't really see it because some of the camera angles. But in this video, I don't care what anybody has to say. God is my Lord and Jesus is my Lord and Savior. God is my Lord and Savior. God is my everything. It's just that simple. I wouldn't be here talking to you today about this scenario if it wasn't for God. So you want to talk to me about God? Want to talk to me about Jesus Christ? Shoot me a message. Shoot me an email. Let's talk.
Here for an hour and read. The other will not.
Oh, for an hour every day?
And you can't bring the books out?
Cannot bring the books out. That is strictly forbidden.
What else is included in
All
there?
right, we'll do a tour. You have lots of books in here.
They got a Bible. Look at this. This right here will get me through. This is the
And I really meant that. Like, for real, for real. All I needed was that Bible and I was good to go.
only book that I need. What's the computer about?
You gotta put that back. Leave it to him to try to steal books. This bad boy will play Tetris and Minesweeper. Got some more books over here.
Oh man, this is tough.
It's disrespectful.
I'm gonna need you guys to.
They had a really good selection in there. I'm not even gonna front. Like, the selection was great from what I was able to see.
I'll give you guys a couple hours to negotiate amongst each other. Good luck deciding.
Thanks,
Not
Jimmy.
happy with this.
Are you guys like reading this much?
Yeah. Have you ever been locked up?
No, actually.
We're dying in here.
Okay, I'll be back in 2 hours for your decision.
One of us always has to suffer in MrBeast's prison.
We got to talk it out just like we do everything else. Hopefully it doesn't come down to me putting him in a headlock.
After I left, Ian and Liddy kind of avoided each other,
This sucks.
agonizing over my offer.
It was literally so close.
I'm not asking for any other books. I just want one.
We have to come up with something. We can't just.
So I'm gonna tell y'all something that you don't know. Ian is a super solid dude, as you can see in the video, but we legit came up with a plan. And this was his plan. His plan was, he passed me a note, and his idea was to get up early in the morning and steal the Bible for me, because he thought that the guards might not be as attentive when it comes down to the morning time, 6 o'clock in the morning to be specific. That's when the night shift was still working. And he said, you know what? I'll get the Bible for you in the morning. And hopefully they don't see it on camera. But these guys, they see everything. But like I said, he came to me with that idea, passed me a note, and I said, all right, let's make it happen.
Nothing. This library, I mean, it's meant, obviously.
And I do want to add that one thing that Ian was super consistent about, which I did touch on, is he talked about during his prison stay that what got him through was having books, having a journal and having books, but more so having books. He would read books every day, and that helped him pass the time, and he figured that would be the same thing that would help him here.
Pit us against each other. So what's on your mind? You're the philosophical one.
I think that we have no choice but to take it.
Because it's a freebie. It's too good to pass up. The question is, though, is who takes it?
Right now, I'm shooting hoops, and I'm still pretty happy with the decision that we made in regards to that. So I'm going to put the ball in your court because you put the ball in my court for the last one. Oh, sorry.
Trying to kill me out here, bro.
It seemed like a fair trade to put the library decision on Ian. But there was one thought that Lenny just couldn't shake.
I should have my Bible. With all honesty, why do you think that you deserve the library more than me?
Just like what I need to help get me to 100 days, you know?
So in this section right here, things got a little spicy. Things got a little tense. I thought of something that I could say to him to kind of ruffle his feathers, and it worked.
Possibly wanting to cop out as a result is, I don't know.
What makes you think you deserve the library then?
The Bible is the only thing that'll get me through the next 70 days.
Not just for entertainment.
So because I'm not religious, it's an issue?
Whoa, I didn't say that.
I just feel like you're changing up on me out of the blue for no reason right now.
Then we just go with no books.
If that's the way it's gotta be, bro. All right.
It's whatever, bro. It's just really making me second guess.
Honestly, this whole thing's getting ridiculous.
Too bad you don't have a book to distract you.
I think we're ready for the warden at this point, guys.
It looked like this.
So in this part right here, Ian and Jimmy went to handle some business for a few hours, and we were going back and forth with this. It was really tense, and yeah, it felt like eternity, but I already knew that I was going to give it to him. But it made it interesting.
Top criminal might have landed back at square one, but nonetheless, their time was up. All right, I'm ready for your decision. Is it you, or is it you that is getting library time every day for the next 70 days?
Jimmy, the thing is, looks like I'm gonna be getting that library time.
You are?
Yep.
You're giving it to him? I was a little concerned.
It's been a hard last couple.
Yeah, I kind of hashed it out with him. I let him know that I was just ruffling his feathers and passed it over to him. I knew that he needed it. That's my brother.
Hours.
Why did you give it to him?
When it came down to the yard,
I said yes.
without hesitation, he was cool. He was in 25,000. That's the only thing that he's wanted, so I had to do him the justice.
You're lucky.
He's a good man. He's a good cop. I didn't expect that from a cop. I was wrong.
I feel like that wasn't necessary. He just gave you a library.
Library unlocked.
It was Ian's first day with access to the new library. And right away, he got to work to ensure that Lenny wouldn't be left out.
I believe this is what he was looking for. I know how important the Bible is to Lenny.
That right there is the Life Application Bible. If anybody wants to know, it is the NLT version. Absolutely fabulous. Puts everything in very simple terms so that you can understand it. And it also breaks it down so that you can apply it to your life. For anybody that's interested.
I'm writing down quotes from it that I can share with him.
Thank you, I appreciate it. I gotta live through.
Him writing down quotes, I didn't ask him to do that. I did not ask him to do that. He went into the Bible, he went into the library himself, found whatever resonated with him, and he wrote down verses for me. Just like that.
Vicariously through me, you know?
The fact that he's sharing, it shows that he's a good bunkie.
But no later than the very next morning did Ian begin to test the limits.
Found a little artwork we can hang up somewhere. Said we can't bring books out, but I'm just smuggling pages.
One of the funniest things is Ian came out and he said, "Hey, I found a picture of this boxer here." And I said, "Oh, that's Muhammad Ali." And he goes, "Oh no, they said that his name is Cassius Clay. Where you get Muhammad Ali from?" And I'm like, "Ian, bro, this is probably one of the most famous boxing pictures in the world. It's Muhammad Ali." I said, "Technically, we're both right. His name is Cassius Clay. His name was Cassius Clay before he converted over to Islam." So that was quite a funny learning lesson that I had to put him on to.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
And over the next couple days, it wasn't just Ian having all the fun.
We got some artwork.
And the prison began to change.
Making this place look nice.
And Ian
If anybody is wondering how the heck did we get the pictures to stay on the wall, we weren't given glue. We weren't given tape. Ian, through his first prison stint, or through his only prison stint, well, this is the second, in order to hang things on the wall, what they would use is toothpaste. And he taught me that. So he would take the toothpaste that we would brush our teeth with. This wasn't like an extra type of toothpaste that we were given specifically for this. No, we actually had to use our own toothpaste. And we would put, or he would put the toothpaste on the four corners of the page, just a little dab. And that's how we would stick stuff onto the wall. And eventually you would see the gel from the toothpaste kind of seep through, so there would be dark spots. And after a while, they would fall off. But they stood for a pretty long time, to be honest with you.
with cameras aimed at them 24/7. Ian's inner criminal finally came out.
There was no way I was gonna leave him out there struggling with no Bible, no books, nothing to do, and I was in here enjoying myself.
This thing is a beauty. That's all I need.
So back there behind that curtain, that's where I would read my Bible. That's where I would pray. That's where I would meditate. That's the area that we call church. That's where I would do my journaling. That was the church area.
They carried on as if they'd never be caught.
Enjoying the materials.
My new name's Smuggler Bick. I'm the smuggling convict. I literally have books hidden everywhere. Here in the bathroom. Look at that. In here. But we're just gonna keep getting as many books as possible hidden all over this place.
It's day 40.
How's it going, guys? We have a surprise, but we can only take one at a time. You guys have to decide who goes first.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
So day 40, Jimmy wasn't there. We thought that we were good to go when it came down to the books. Chandler and Carl, they said nothing. They didn't say anything about the stuff that was on the wall. We thought that we were scot-free. We just kept it pushing.
He got me, he goes.
Store unlocked.
We've opened our very own shop. You're gonna have some decisions to make.
We comb through all of the prisoners' conversations and stock this store full of the items
They
that they
listen to
want.
everything.
And it ranges from this mystery box, which could literally have anything inside, all the way down to this handball that in the outside world would cost $1. But in this prison,
Every single thing here is 10 grand.
A hand. So what you didn't see is they actually had a picture of both of our families there. Or you may have seen it, but it's all the way to the left. They cut it out the video, but when I first walked in, I couldn't focus on anything else but that picture. But paying $10K for a picture, I couldn't do it. My wife would probably kill me as well.
For $10,000?
but of course, they were only allowed to spend the money that they were competing for.
And I have to decide now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the mystery box.
$10,000?
And with each purchase, we got a box of Feastables. Best chocolate candy in the world. No capping at all.
Pleasure doing business with you.
And while Lenny was happy with just the mystery box, Ian's criminal spending habits resurfaced.
Oh, wow. This is actually pretty cool.
Once I saw him walking in like that with Carl and with Chandler, I knew that he was going to take it like it was a game. So I was nervous.
If I spend too much money, Lenny's gonna get really mad.
Getting a little nervous here.
This is 100% gonna be my first purchase of the day.
See, the thing is, at least he knows what he's getting. I have no clue what's in there.
This is a great package for 10 grand.
Don't buy too much, Ian.
I'd like the melatonin and the clippers. We're gonna have some fun in here, buddy.
But how much did you spend?
30,000, but we got Feastables. And honestly, I am so happy right now. I got clippers for us. I got you the sleep.
Bro, do you see my face right here? Like, that is exactly how I was feeling. There's no acting. There's not any acting in here. Like, this is 100% legit. Like, I was hot. I was tight. Because I'm like, all right, I got a mystery box. I'm over here trying to make us some money, hoping that there's money in it or something for the both of us. And this dude is racking up a bunch of nonsense. But I'll just let it play. If I really needed those things, I would have spent the 10K on them.
Listen, I went to prison for spending a lot of money, so I couldn't resist.
So he kept on saying, you know, I figured we could use this. I figured we could use that. But if I thought that we could use these things, I would have picked it up myself. You were already in there. You saw that I took what it is that I needed. But to his defense, he didn't know what it was that I took. So.
There was just dollar signs everywhere.
Do you want to see what's in the mystery box? 20 grand! Come on, he's making this!
I think now we have enough to keep us busy to the point where we don't need to spend anything else.
And now that the boys had some of the items they wanted, they were able to...
Originally, they asked if I wanted to keep that 20K to myself, being that he spent the money on everything else. But I said, you know what? He was looking out for me by buying everything and asking or saying to them, maybe Lenny would like this and Lenny would like that. I was able to hear that in the other room. So I said, you know what? He got me the Bible. He's looking out for things to see if there's things there that I might like as well. We're sharing this.
Last time more easily. They made art with the $10,000 colored pencils.
These are my first of the colored ones for the walls.
8 Feastables, the best chocolate in the world.
So excited for this.
Oh, these things are legit good.
That's my new favorite.
You guys already know Feastables.
One of my favorite things to do, we had some breakfast that was left over. We had some bread and we had some jelly packets. The Feastables with the peanut butter inside, like it's real peanut butter. It's not that dried up, crumbly ash, peanut butter ash that they have in Reese's Pieces. It's legit peanut butter that's inside. So what I would do sometimes is with the leftover bread that I would save from some of our lunch or breakfast or whatever the case is, if they gave us toast, is I would cut open the Feastables or cut it in half and I would scoop it out with that red spoon that I was talking about before. And then I would spread it on one slice of bread and then I would grab the jelly that we had left over and spread it on another slice of bread. And then I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And if I really wanted to get crazy with it, they had heaters in the back. So I would melt the chocolate into the peanut butter onto one slice of bread and then have jelly. And it came out pretty good, actually. That was another thing. When I would save my food from earlier on, so say breakfast for lunch or lunch for dinner, whatever the case may be, if my food got too cold, I would actually bring it over to the heater that you really can't see. They had heaters at different locations. When we first got there, it was pretty cold. But we could turn it on, and that's what I used to heat up my food.
The best tasting chocolate in the world, and we just launched our brand new creamy hazelnut cups. Usually cups have peanut butter inside of them, like our Feastables peanut butter cups. But when I was testing prototypes and I tried creamy hazelnut chocolate filling inside of a cup, it was phenomenal. And so we launched this product and the reviews have been out of this world. It's available at these retailers, go give it a try.
Yeah,
and they made paper airplanes with $10,000 paper.
Somebody come get this guy.
So I'm looking, I'm like, yo, you spent all this bread on these notepads. I'm thinking you're gonna use it for journaling. This dude just started making paper airplanes. I'm like, we spent money for paper airplanes, bro. He wanted to make a mess so that when the guards came in or when Ward and Jimmy came in, that they would have to step through all the paper. So it made things a little interesting.
Level of boredom.
Did they ever diagnose you with ADHD?
And Lenny gave Ian the most expensive haircut of his life.
Now the guard.
That was actually fun. I wish that they put a little bit more into that, but I get it. Yeah, I didn't. That's the first haircut that I've ever given, so it was pretty cool though. It came out all right. I shape myself up every now and then, but he's pretty happy with it.
Will finally be afraid of me.
And eventually, Lenny came to appreciate what Ian bought for him.
I gotta keep it real with you. These earplugs and the melatonin, they definitely come through in the clutch. Really helps me get some extra rest. Thanks.
You're welcome, buddy.
Now you might be asking, why did I need earplugs? Why did I need melatonin? Why did I need something over my eyes? First off, there were frogs outside and other bugs that made sounds that I didn't even know that they were capable of. The frogs sounded like barking Rottweilers. The bugs, I mean, forget about it. There's just all kind of wild sounds. The birds, they would still be chirping at night. Then, as far as the light, there was still light that would be in the cell. They still need to, the camera still need to see. It wasn't too much light. So, you know, that's why I needed that. And just not sleeping in my own bed and not being next to my wife and having a lot of anxiousness and not being home, it's hard to sleep, you know? I miss my family. I miss being around the people that I love. And being in there, being away from them, it could really cook up some negative thoughts, you know? I wasn't talking to them. There wasn't any breaks where I was able to speak to them. Like when I don't want to give it up, but yeah, I wasn't speaking to my family. So there was a lot of thoughts going through my head, if they're okay, if everything is all right, financially, physically, and it just made it really hard to sleep. That was tough.
But they still wanted one thing that they couldn't buy in a store.
Tomorrow's day 50, challenge day, hoping it's family or a phone call.
Toughest part is being away from my family.
Would you spend money on a phone call?
Yeah, I'd spend money on a phone call.
Which is why I have the perfect offer.
They definitely come through in the clutch. Really helps me get some extra rest. Thanks.
You're welcome, buddy.
But they still wanted one thing that they couldn't buy in a store.
Tomorrow's day 50, challenge day, hoping it's family or a phone call.
Toughest part is being away.
So right there, that's my lacrosse stick. Shout out to East Coast Dies and to the Lacrosse Network for highlighting my lacrosse stick. I was gone the whole spring, so I didn't watch my son play. I didn't play my box season that started at the beginning of the summer. I missed the tryouts. I didn't play in my spring men's league season for the old heads. And I missed the whole college lacrosse season. Shout out to Syracuse Lacrosse. Love you guys. Shout out to the New York Atlas. Shout out to the Long Island Tropics. Shout out to the Long Island Sharks. Shout out to South Shore Lacrosse. Love lacrosse with a passion.
My family.
Would you spend money on a phone call?
Yeah, I'd spend money on a phone call.
Which is why I have the perfect offer for day 50. Boys, it's day 50! Before I reveal...
We had an issue with the warden. You know, we got tired of him playing us and putting us up against each other. So we decided to start barking at him. Every time we saw him, after that point, we kind of just gave a little bark here and there just to set the tone.
The day 50 offer, I need to show you two some clips.
Let's do it.
Here's you one day smuggling the books into your pants. Eventually, you started carrying so little that you literally threw the books out of the library. And then you just flat out walked out of there with the books. Day 50 is a huge milestone. Your families are sitting outside in a prison bus. And we're going to celebrate it by bringing in both of your families for free. But because you broke the rules, only one of you gets to see.
As he's saying all of this, he mentions families, and then he says only one of you are gonna see your families. I was like, bro, how are we gonna decide this? That's what was going through my head. It by far this was the worst part of the challenge for me, is to even think of the fact that I wouldn't see my family, because all that mattered to me challenge wise was seeing my family. The money and all that other stuff, I knew that we'd be able to walk out of there with something. It was better than nothing, but I had to see my family. That's all I talked about quite often. And be like, oh, I don't know if we're going to see our families or not. I was like, in every other video they do for the most part, so we have to see our families. Like, it just has to happen. So when he pulled this crap, Warden Jimmy, I was like, bro, you can't be serious.
Families instead of both of you. And this will be the only time that you can see your family before the end of the 100 days.
Warden's playing dirty.
The only thing I think I've been very consistent about is seeing my family.
So, who's it gonna be?
My man's gonna see his family today.
Really?
Appreciate that.
How does that make you feel?
I just see him honoring me just like I honored him.
Looks like
He held it down. He held it down for me. Forever thankful for that. It's huge.
I'm gonna be getting that library time.
And he's kind of also the reason why we're being punished.
This man is working with the cops.
Oh, yes, the famous snitching line that has everybody up in arms. Yeah, I just thought that it would be funny. The cameras were up, running, rolling, and I said, you know what? They weren't going to show this part. Ian wasn't going to go and lift it up and show the books under his bed. Everybody else was able to see it that was in production. But I just wanted to add a little spice to the video. And the way that Ian reacted was pretty funny. I wasn't expecting that. So it definitely set the tone for the video, I'll tell you that much.
Now, are you kidding me?
Confiscate all the paraphernalia.
Serious.
Oh, and there's one more twist. You can keep your family as long as you want, but he doesn't leave solitary until they leave.
Okay.
Wow, this is brutal.
Taylor, take him to solitary.
I'm happy, but I feel horrible at the same time.
Yeah, just don't sneak books out, man.
I'm gonna keep sneaking the books out, Warden.
And he really meant that too. he really meant that.
Spoken like a true criminal. Close the door.
Have fun.
Oh, man. This is brutal.
Come on inside. Liddy's waiting to see you guys. Go see him. Daddy. That's so freaking adorable.
This part right here, before they came in, I was walking around the cell over and over, and I already started tearing. Just the idea of being able to see them brought raw emotion to me. And, you know, God is everything to me. Jesus Christ is everything to me. And then comes my family. And I was in there because of them. So when I saw my sons running first and then my wife come in, I just lost it. I just lost it. It still messes with me when I go and I watch it, you know.
I miss you so much. Oh.
What's it like seeing your dad in orange instead of blue?
Very weird.
He never would.
Your family can stay in here as long as you want. Just know your partner doesn't leave solitary until they leave. Have fun, everybody.
Thanks. Easy. I'm happy to have my family here with me. Apparently, I could keep them here as long as possible. It's definitely going to be a recharge for me as well, and make me want to.
Being there was really tough. Well, my family being there was tough because I missed all of them equally, and All of them wanted to speak to me. They wanted to ask me questions, and I was trying to answer as much as possible within a short amount of time and be, spend equal time with every one of them. Man.
Push through to get to day 100. I want everybody in the family to be proud of me, not just the people that are here.
We're all counting on you.
I got you.
Hearing Lenny and his family out there just chilling, and I'm stuck in here locked up.
Yo, every time I watch this part, I start dying laughing. It reminds me of Silence of the Lambs.
Like a dog. Every minute I'm standing in here, I just get more and more mad that I'm sitting in the solitary. It gives me PTSD. It sucks.
Ian got some time to think about things. But
for you guys that want to know how long Ian was actually in solitary confinement, just play detective, look at the video, figure a few things out, and you'll be able to determine if he was in there for 24 hours, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 3 hours, who knows?
as the hours went on, Lenny spending more time with his family only made Ian more mad.
Ian, your time is up.
I'll tell you what, I figured out your nickname while I was in there, though.
Oh, yeah? What you got?
You got your Lenny the Snitch.
He's kind of also the reason why we're being punished.
Rat me out on my book supply, bro. Look at this. I got wipe clean.
Come out here laying down the law.
I'm not gonna lie. When he came out and he said Lenny the Snitch, I was like, okay. All right. That's how you want to play it? Okay. I was hot. I'm not even gonna lie. I'll keep it real with you.
What's that?
I'm a little upset, bro. I've been stuck in there. You're having a good meal. You know what I got?
I even left the guy food. You see there? I left him some food. I said, do you want a sandwich? Do you want some chips? And he ate it. He ate it. I was thinking about him. All right? I knew that he was eating crap. I saved him some food.
I got nothing, bro.
You volunteered to do it, so why complain?
You threw me right under the bus saying it was my idea for the smuggling.
Everything was on video.
But I'm just saying you could.
It was his idea, but he was looking out for me.
We could have stayed united. You snitched me out, bro.
I didn't snitch you out.
They did not know about under the bed.
Bro, they have camera footage. What are you talking about?
Solitary for
They have
but
camera
they still
footage.
didn't go under the bed.
So you want to hear me talk, or you just want to express your feelings?
I'm just saying, I took the major one for the team.
All I'm saying is, watch what you say. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Well, you made your.
He had said something in regards to spending time with my family and that I spent too much time with them or something like that. And at that point, that's why I was like, you better watch what you say. Because he started talking about the amount of time I was with them and if it was really necessary. I was like, bro, like, pump the brakes.
Decisions, I make my decisions. It is what it is, you know?
It is what it is.
You snitched me out.
Ian's definitely feeling in a bit more of a somber.
They played this very well.
Today, got to see my family. Ian didn't. It's definitely changed the atmosphere as a result of that.
See, look, that's me, Ian, with the crazy spoon. Ian as well. Yeah, it wasn't fun.
He didn't want to play any chess. He didn't want to play basketball.
Lenny and I have definitely been talking a lot less. He has his routine, I have my routine, and that's all.
Listen, we did our own laundry, made up our beds. Nobody was coming in, any of that. Well, we had the guards do the laundry for us, but we had to fold it all ourselves and then put it into our lockers.
There is kind of really to it.
Even with the divide, Lenny couldn't help but worry about his friend.
You all right, buddy?
No, I'm depressed.
What's the matter?
I'm ready to go home. I've had enough.
Even though
Now, that's legit. For a while, he really was upset. Like, there would be times where he wouldn't say a word, or he would say about 5 words a day because he was legit, like, ready to go home. I think being in solitary and not having much activities change. You know, he spoke about that once again. You could go to our interview and you could check it out on my channel. He interviewed me on his channel. And I was really starting to become concerned about his well-being. Like, I was like, you know, aside from me lifting up the bed, I know that there was no other beef. So I needed to make sure that he was good, just who I am.
It was only halfway through the challenge. Ian was ready to call it quits.
Oh man, I can't wait to go home.
All I want to do is go home.
He legit complained this much. Like, that's just 5% of it. He knows it. I tell him all the time. It's nothing new. I'm not snitching.
Just fed up.
Lenny will have to find a way to rekindle their friendship because they can leave at any point, and if Ian goes home, they both lose everything. Gentlemen!
Morning, Jimmy.
Morning! I have good news for the both of you. Our day 60 offer, something that will help bring you back together. Hey, Chandler! Bring it on in!
Here we come.
A TV!
As soon as I saw a man wheel this TV in, I was like, bro, you can't be serious. The last time I saw one of these TVs, no lie, was in high school in science class. Unreal.
Look at this thing.
I know this TV is old, but it's what you're getting since you are in prison.
So a lot of the guys have been asking me, how did I use my lacrosse stick? You can see right here in the corner, I had the inflatable basketball. And what I would do is I would hold the top throat of the stick, and that's how I would play my wall ball, because there was a lot of flex in the plastic and a lot of flex in where the head met the actual throat. And in order to stabilize it, that's how I would play wall ball. Switch to my right, switch to my left. You guys know the routine.
Prison. And you can watch these movies on it over the next 40 days.
What, were you guys born in the 50s with some of these movies?
Well, you don't want to watch movies?
And the board games are included?
Of course. You can have all this for 1 hour a day for the measly price of $30,000.
I think this man's losing it.
I don't know. It's kind of tempting.
Okay.
An hour a day?
An hour a day for 40 hours of entertainment.
Jimmy, you can't even watch a movie in an hour.
You just watch an hour of a movie, we take it away, and then the next day you watch the other hour of the movie.
The movie selection, not really my cup of tea.
This is a terrible deal. Hard no.
No?
No.
Hey, I thought you guys were bored. No worries. Chandler, wheel it on out.
Honestly, it was an easy no. Like, super easy no. But I had to spice it up a little bit, which I probably didn't do a good job because it was pretty hard to act like I was interested in that. Man.
Hold up, Chandler. Pat him down.
I didn't do anything.
Pat him down. Oh my God. In the underwear? And he's looking for sympathy after the last time he broke the rules. Get it out of here before he steals anymore.
Buy
That was
TV,
legit. That
buy
was
VCR,
legit.
buy Titanic.
Ian was not happy with the offers, which was making Lenny worried that Ian might leave.
I just feel like I'm getting brutalized every 10 days now. No family, not even a phone call. Pretty miserable, honestly.
I could definitely feel myself having a bit more of a short fuse. Kind of gets annoying.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a short fuse. But that's why I had a Bible. It taught me a lot of patience. Plus, I have 3 kids. So that gives me a bit of an advantage as well in being patient.
There's always something to complain about with this guy.
I feel like I got hit by a bus a second time. I do not want to be here anymore.
I'm definitely starting to get worried he's gonna quit.
I want to go home.
I want to go home, he says.
I'm just going to be thinking about that dogging. He dogged me on that last challenge. I got dog.
Man, I wish this guy...
Dogged. I've never heard somebody say the same word so many times over a long period of time in my life. One day we counted how many times he said dogged, and it was 85 times. And that was at about 6 o'clock. excuse me, that was probably from like 4 o'clock to like 9 o'clock. He said about 85 times. So it wasn't a full day. Yeah.
Shut up already.
But because I had my biggest offer planned for day 80, I decided not to give them anything on day 70 so that they'd have to heal the divide themselves.
When you're actually in this thing, when you're in the belly of the beast, it's hard. It's been very depressing and sad. The last few weeks, all you could do is read, work out, play chess. It's definitely mentally challenging.
100%.
One of those days, huh? Ian was saying how he feels like he wants to go home. It's gonna be an uphill battle. Just gotta keep this guy on board.
Because either one of these contestants can leave at any time. Lenny was continually worried that Ian would leave early and lose them both all the money they had worked for.
What time is it?
Time for you to get a watch.
I was gonna ask if you wanna play chess, but I'll go back. I can have a seat.
His name's Leonard, AKA the snitching convict.
You snitched on yourself. The guy cracked himself up.
Yo, we got the snitching convict.
Yeah, he really cracked himself up quite often. That's my guy, though.
You're the real convict, not I.
It became clear that Ian wasn't going to let certain things go.
Here, there was only an option for a visit once, and only Lenny got the visit.
Desperate to stay in the challenge, Lenny knew he had to lift Ian's spirits if they were going to make it to the end.
Life is good.
No, which makes me miserable.
But things only got worse.
I don't think I would have any problem walking out of here early.
Being here with Ian and feeling negative the whole time, I feel frustrated.
Now, if they give me an offer to take less money, I'm gonna take that.
What, to leave?
Yeah, I'm out of here.
At this point, with only
Every day after day 50, if he was not talking, he was talking about leaving. And some of you guys have been like, oh, I think Ian was just trolling Lenny. He wasn't trolling. He was dead serious. Like, he was really fed up.
20 days left, it looked like they were about to fail. So I had an idea. My next offer was an opportunity to rekindle their friendship, or the final factor that could bring this entire video to an end.
Oh boy.
Oh, what do we got here?
What the?
In front of you is a 2,000-pound boulder, inside of which is a key that will unlock a box containing $100,000. If you want that money, you will have 1 hour a day for the next 10 days to break this rock open and get the key. By accepting this risk, you give me that $50,000 right now, but if you...
Honestly, when I saw this rock, I said, 100K to break this thing? I said, this is going to be easy. Super simple. I looked at the tools. I thought we had everything that we had. I said, all right, no problem. Let's just get it done. We'll just bust our tails and go as hard as we can each and every day.
Complete it, I will give you $100,000. If you guys want a shot at pulling this off, you will have to work together. I'll give you guys some time to decide.
We just got to grind it out. You know, Ian, I know you don't like the sweep, but you're going to have to put in your work on this one.
Are we both gonna be able to whack at this thing?
No, we're going to be...
He was overanalyzing it, being super negative about it, thought that we threw money out the window on this one. I was confident. I know I got God on my side, so I know that it would happen if it was his will. And if it wasn't, then I was just showing that I was being too greedy. But I really believed in us. Not just myself, but I believed in us and what we were capable of doing together.
You got to... We'll be fine.
There's no way, Letty. I feel like this is a highway robbery.
Now, do you guys think you have what it takes to take on this challenge?
We got this. We got this.
Do we?
Absolutely.
All right, you brought this on yourselves. Boys, take away the $50,000.
Just be easy with it, because we're gonna get that back soon.
It's gone.
Be easy with it.
Inmates, your first hour begins now.
For the entire first hour, they hammered the boulder nonstop.
Now, for all of you that want to be Monday morning quarterbacks and talk about, oh, yeah, you guys got to get your swing up. You got to put some power into it. And, oh, you never done this before? No. Have you ever broke apart a granite rock? And if you have, then kudos to you for not having much of a life. And if you did do it because it's part of your living and you're a mason, Bro, I really, really respect your craft because this thing was no freaking joke. The tools that they gave us, the sledgehammer, cool, but that axe did nothing. It did nothing.
This is hard.
I think we just lost 50 grand. I hate it here. We have 9 out.
Yeah, that swing on the side, that was a pretty rough swing. I saw that there was a crack and I wanted to hit it and try to open it up. I almost hit my freaking, the way that I swung around, I almost hit my ankle. Like I almost did some damage. This is legit. There's nothing photoshopped. There's nothing thrown in there. Like we're really going at this thing.
Hours left to get through this rock.
But despite their lack of progress, the next day they came outside and got started right away.
You gotta hustle and got no time to play. Every minute counts.
There it is.
And even though it was only their second hour with the rock, Ian was already settling into more of a hype man role.
Come on, Lenny. Ooh, there we go. There we go, Lenny. Everything we got on this, Lenny.
I'm gonna just say that Ian did absolutely no chilling. He put in work 100%. He was there with me, alternating back and forth. They did a good job playing this in the video, but he was really like, he put in the work.
And Ian watched from the sidelines all the way through day 4.
Lenny!
Oh, man. Very disappointing day. All I know is I'm spent.
Yeah, I'm pretty fried.
We have to work as a team.
I think Ian could tell that Lenny was disappointed because the next morning he had a pretty big shift in his mindset.
Let's go. Yeah, boy.
And when Lenny tapped out, Ian stepped up.
Let me try hammer so we can get that key.
Now it was both of them together versus the boulder.
Son is putting in that work.
We got a real chisel. We're getting major progress right here. As you can see, there's...
That's what we needed. We needed that chisel.
cracks. There you go. There it is. Oh, she blows. Ooh! We got hope now, boys.
While they're hammering that rock, I want to tell you about that brand new MrBeast Labs hybrids. These test tubes just started hitting shelves. Inside these are random parts of hybrids that you can mix and match to create your own unique MrBeast Lab experiment.
They call me the Rock Slayer.
And to make these things even cooler, we developed an animated show. So a lot of the characters you'll be creating with these hybrids, you'll actually see in the show in October.
You got 18 minutes.
We're gonna be close to this thing.
Hybrids are available wherever you buy toys. Go collect unique parts and build your very own customizable beast that only you have. Panthar, should they buy them? Let's see if they smash this rock open.
And even though they were working as a team, an hour a day for 10 days is a pretty tight deadline.
Inmates, your 6th hour is up.
1 for the rock, 0 for the inmates for today.
We made no progress.
No progress, sir.
We need something that's gonna help us get that key to get that $100,000.
Each new day, they swung hundreds of times, but the rock wasn't budging.
We did a lot of work. No major progress. We might not make it. I'm not sure.
If we lose that 50 grand, I'm gonna quit.
Ian,
honestly, I was starting to lose hope. I had a whole budget written out for what I wanted to buy if we broke that rock. But it got to the point where it was so tough that I started to create a budget to what it would look like if we didn't and we lost that $50,000. That's how discouraged I was starting to be. But I prayed and I prayed and I prayed and I wrote it down in my journal. We will break this rock. There's more that I wrote to it, but I started losing hope.
realized that force wasn't enough. What they needed was knowledge.
There's gotta be an answer in here. Oh, a book about rocks. I ripped out the pages that had to do with our exact task. It says we need to use leverage.
You think it can fit under there? Oh, yeah.
Push it that way so I could stack weights under too.
So we decided to use the strategy that we came up with after a while was maybe we could actually use the barbell from weightlifting to flip the rock over so that we could get to the underbelly of it where they place the key. We realized that the only way they could place a key inside of there was if they were to cut out a hole and then refill it with concrete. So our goal was to flip the rock over and then try to break the concrete that was on the underbelly of the rock because it would be a lot softer than the actual granite. It was either that or keep attacking the bottom of the rock and hope that we find a slither of a crack that we can put that one device into and just keep hammering home. So every day that we would come outside, we would look and see if we saw just one crack. That's all we needed was one slither. And sometimes it would be so covered in dust that you wouldn't see a crack. And we would have to pour water on the top of it to try to see if that will wipe the dust off so that we could find a crack that we could just hammer home on.
Hold. It's not gonna push. But they still couldn't even put a dent into the rock.
This is a grind. Tired of you, Rock. Sick of this.
The rock was too heavy to lift. So with 2 days left, Ian went back to his book to search for more answers.
There's another picture right here I was able to find.
It looks like we're supposed to use a chisel on a weak point in the rock. This is kind of the weak spot.
Oh, it's coming apart. Look at this. It's split, Letty. Dude, the whole rock's split in half. Yeah, we might literally make $100,000 today.
Not getting any movement.
Inmates, your 9th hour is up.
Man, we had a good momentum, but we ran out of time.
We are all...
See right there, you could actually see right there, that's the concrete boulder portion of it that was where the key was stored. It actually dropped from the middle. So what we realized is that the cracks were at the bottom, being that it was so weak from the concrete being drilled, from the rock being drilled and the concrete being inserted. So we just focused on the bottom and was able to get that crack with the device that we used.
Through this thing, it's gonna be the final day. This rock is no joke.
No, it's not.
Way harder than I expected it to be. I think at this point it's 50-50 if we get through this thing.
And honestly, another thing that I was worried about is that Ian would be upset at me for taking on this challenge and having confidence in saying that we would be able to break this rock.
I'm ready to go.
Inmates, it's wreck time.
Suit up.
It's rock slaying time.
Woo!
This rock is going down, ladies and gentlemen.
Your final hour starts now.
I thought that it was really cool that day that it was raining. You know, it just added to a better effect for the video.
I'm right here with you.
Yeah, we gotta go a little deeper.
Go.
Big freaking slide. Let's get this thing out of here. Look at this. Do we got a key yet? There's hope.
Yeah.
The key's gotta be in here.
You have 30 minutes remaining.
You better hurry up on this.
This concrete's the only thing in our way from us and 100 grand.
15 minutes remaining. 10 minutes remaining.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the key's out. Oh, yeah, baby.
$100,000 right
We
there.
did it, brother.
Honestly, the way that felt to complete that, oh man. I mean, what you guys don't understand, the emotion that is 100, this emotion is 100% legit. Breaking that rock was 100% legit. We weren't assisted in any way at all. And our happiness there is pure, 100% pure. Just as the sadness was when we thought that we weren't going to be able to make it through. You know, I was more sad than Ian because for him, it was just like, if it happens, it happens. Although I was a little concerned that he might be upset at me. But for me, it was like, this is a car for my wife.
Yeah.
$100,000.
Ian's birthday was coming up, so I actually told him that he could take that chain with the lock for his birthday. I gave that to him, and I mean, that was the least that I was able to do it while I was in there, you know? It's a great memento, and for the accomplishment that him and I were able to get through.
officially yours!
Let's get it!
Let's go!
100 grand, baby!
Cop and con.
Cop and con, baby, for life.
Are you guys ready to hear what the day 90 challenge is?
Yes.
What I'm about to offer is actually nothing. Because on day 99, we have something especially brutal planned for the two of you. I'll see you then.
When he told us this, we were tight, like super tight. At that point, I was feeling like, I was just ready to go home because we only had a few more days left. But what got us through, what got me through the challenge, it's not only having the Bible, but also knowing that there was a challenge coming every 10 days. And we look forward to that. We had calendars that we drew up, and we would highlight the challenge days that would help us get from day to day to day. Look forward to that. And that's how we would break up the 100 days, is by the challenges. And to not have something on day 90 was really disheartening.
Wow.
What's happening day 99?
All throughout this video, Ian has stayed true to his convict ways.
Time flies when you're stealing books.
Well, on day 99, he will have the chance to steal the entire prize pool.
Today is day 91, but most importantly, it's my man Ian's birthday.
I woke up to a nice surprise by my bunkmate over there. He's such a good guy. I can't believe I'm spending my third birthday now in
That was the least I could do for him.
prison, but at least I got a good bunkmate.
But even with over 90 days behind them, Ian and Lenny never imagined that the final 10 days would be the toughest of their entire sentence.
It's going slow. Trying to find new ways to pass time in here.
There's nothing else for us to do.
Just so that you know, if you're wondering, Ian would kick my butt in chess most of the time. But when it came down to the basketball court, that's where I edged him out. So we had some competitions in there. We had some screaming and yelling matches about our chess games and what a stalemate was and what a draw was and what moves were allowed to be made. It was crazy. Like, we really took it serious.
You got access to the library, right?
That would give us something to do if I just emptied the library.
If you put the computer out, that would be hilarious. That would be great, son.
And honestly, I don't blame them, because this is the only prison where acting up doesn't extend
That's exactly how that went too. Like, exactly.
sentence.
I'll wake up early tomorrow and get it. Operation Computer is a go.
You're crazy.
We're set up shop. There we go.
Good job, buddy.
We're in business, baby. We got something new to do.
Normally, I would punish them for stealing, but
Honestly, the only thing that we had on there was a database of Wikipedia from, I think, 2020 or 2021. So we were just looking up random things, different movies, different celebrities. We even looked up Jimmy, MrBeast, from earlier on in his career. It was pretty cool. It kept us occupied for a little bit.
99 quickly approaching. I'm just gonna wait until then.
We should bring this thing in here today as a little chair.
That we could put in front of the computer.
Yeah, this will be nice.
There you go.
Yeah, Warren, Jimmy, we're doing whatever we can to get back at you this week. Oh, we could be like two brothers sitting down next to each other.
Hey, buddy.
You gotta admit, it's poetic that throughout this entire video, the thing that brought the cop and the criminal closer together was stealing.
I like seeing Lenny go over the dark side a little bit. He's encouraging me to break the rules too this time. We're taking extra direct time today.
Time is up. Please come inside.
Another win for the inmates.
You're a troublemaker.
Yeah, I've adapted to it. Like, I feel comfortable with it. I'm glad that I got to experience this as a police officer, to understand what it feels like to be.
Now, when I say that I was glad that I was able to experience this as a police officer, the reason why is because these are people's lives, man. And I know it sounds obvious. I know it's like, yeah, you should know this, and I don't want to hear it. Being in there, it really gave me a perspective of what it was like to be alone, to be away from family, to feel those raw emotions. And in my career, I served as a youth coordination officer, a neighborhood coordination officer, traffic safety officer, some positions that didn't really require a lot of arrests and proactive policing. I was more community police related. And now I understand why, because I've always had forgiving spirit. And with me being in this prison, what it taught me, or what dawned on me, is the fact that if I could change policing, or if I could do anything as a police officer, if I were to go back to policing, because I've been retired for 3 years now, almost 3 years, is I would try to do more to keep people out of prison. Not to tell them about it or whatever, not to be so reactive, and not from a scared straight perspective, but just to interact more with the youth and interact more with people that I saw going down the wrong road, so that they would not have to experience this. I think policing is very reactive, and I think proactive policing is more about trying to prevent a crime from happening before. It's about trying to prevent a crime from happening ahead of time, right? And omnipresence and things of that nature. But ultimately, I really feel that there just needs to be more awareness of what it's like to be in prison. I feel that everybody that goes to an academy should experience this in some way, shape, or form. I'm not saying 100 days, maybe a couple days, whatever the case is, just so that they know what it feels like to be in there, and just tell people, do not go. Just don't go, please. I'm telling you because I experienced it. It's part of the curriculum. Just don't go. This is how it works. This is how it feels. And to give and instill a little bit more sympathy into us, because sometimes we could be very hard charged and focus on what we got to get done and just try to clean up the world, but not really sympathize with what people are going through on the other side of the fence from being a police officer.
On the other side of the fence, I have no regrets.
But what both of these prisoners don't know, I will be putting the relationship they've been building over the last 99 days to the ultimate test. Boys. Well. 99 days ago, you two were strangers. Do you guys think?
I already know. I've seen these other videos where they pit people against each other. They've been pitting us against each other the whole challenge. I looked around the prison. I saw that they were doing a lot of work in regards to the corners, areas that we hadn't seen yet. So I was like, I kind of have an idea of what I think is going to happen.
Gonna be friends outside of jail?
Oh, yeah.
We're definitely close.
Well, let's see if this final...
Yeah, we talk all the time, especially through social media. He posts things, I post things. We speak a lot in that manner. And then we'll just check in on each other, because that's just what we do. It's just how it is. You know, we're brothers.
Challenge changes that.
Here we go again.
For this entire video, we've been seeing how two people from completely different backgrounds get along together. You've been through so many ups and downs, and it all comes down to this final day here.
Wow.
And that's exactly why, for the next 24 hours, I'm gonna put each of you in 2 different solitary confinement cells.
Word and Jim.
So,
Solitary.
Now, I was telling Ian that this was going to happen, but he wasn't trying to hear it, because when he went in there, when my family came, it was tough for him. And he said, I mean, you'll see it here, you couldn't pay me $1 million to go back in there. So I legit was concerned, not because I thought dude was greedy, because I was really concerned about his mental well-being. He's been through this before in real life and in this challenge. I wasn't concerned about him shading me or stabbing me in my back financially, but I was just concerned about his well-being, with all honesty.
but this time, there's a twist, because in each of your cells, there is a button. And if either one of you presses it before the 24-hour timer is up, you leave your cell immediately and walk away with the entire $480,000 prize pool, thus stealing all of your fellow inmates' money.
That's foul, bro.
I don't think you're gonna take it, but you have to ask yourself, is he gonna take it?
Just like he stole the books, the movies.
And if so, should you take it before he does?
He cried a lot about solitary confinement when it came down to the family visit, and he's been saying
You cannot pay me to ever go back into there again.
Well, now I'm paying you $480,000 to leave this room.
I know, that's why it's a very tempting offer.
I could imagine.
but I think he'll do it.
You think he will?
I think he'll.
I'd hit that button before he does.
All right.
Do you need anything?
Freedom?
Yeah, just press that button. All right, the 24 hours has now begun.
Oh, and one final thing. You won't know if the other person leaves until that.
When he initially talked about how small the room was to me, I thought that he was exaggerating a little bit, but he wasn't. It's small.
It's 0.
This sucks, man.
Then there were crickets and all type of new bugs that I've never experienced in my life that were crawling under the door, making a bunch of noise.
I don't know if trusting the criminal with a red button that can give him $480,000 was the smartest idea. I mean, a guy that went to prison for fraud could be a little tempting, you know?
Worried about Ian not being able to make it through.
How do I know that I can trust him with this prize money?
They've been through so much throughout this video that it feels like they would never screw each other. But as someone who's spent a lot of time in solitary confinement, a lot of time alone to yourself can make you see things differently. I think someone's pressing it.
This is my first time in solitary confinement. This is Ian's second. He's scared of tight spaces.
I don't like being in tight, confined spaces like this. This is not meant for me.
Just remember, you're free to leave whenever you want to, all with the press of that button.
Honestly, for me, I don't want to see this counter because it just gives me anxiety looking at it. So I'm going to use one of these garbage bags and I'm going to put it over the clock. I don't need.
Yeah, I couldn't. If I stared at that thing all day and all night long, I would have been miserable.
My face.
But the longer they sat in those cubes, the harder they thought about what they could do with their partner's half of the money.
If I just go and hit that red button right there, I could pay off all my restitution in just one shot.
Well,
No, I'm not even going to lie. I was thinking about, wow, you know, $480,000 to myself. I don't got to see this guy again. Like, people might hate me for a little bit, but my family will be all right. But I'm a Christian. I'm a man of God. And one of the things I had written on the wall was to love thy neighbor as you love yourself. So I wasn't going to do that to him because I wouldn't want it done to me.
$500,000 when I got out of prison. I could fix everything in the past in just one push.
There's a lot of things that I could do with $480,000. It's education for my kids, new car for me and my wife, possibly another house, or with the push of that button.
Do I hit the button, get the $480,000 and pay off all my old debt and screw over Lenny? Might have to.
And the longer Ian thought about the money, the more he realized he deserved it more.
Honestly, I feel like I had a way worse time than Lenny these 100 days, especially because I didn't get that visit. And
I did have to feel and touch that button. I made sure I didn't press it, but I did touch it just to, I don't know, quell some of the temptations that I had.
get to see my family. How come I gotta spend twice as much time in solitary than Lenny does? Doesn't make sense.
If he left, that would be heartbreaking. I'll put in just as much work as him. If he can't toughen up for 24 hours, then it just goes to show that his convict ways are still the same.
There's been too many doggings to go around. I've had enough.
Good night.
I hope that Ian is out there when this all wraps up.
100 days. All dependent on the last 24 hours. If you're in...
Believe it or not, I actually slept well that night, and that helped me pass through the time. That was great.
Solitary, please come out to the middle. I repeat, if you are in solitary, please come out to the middle. There are currently black curtains blocking off both sections of the prison. If you're both standing there, you'll each evenly split that prize pool. But if
Honestly, man, if he wasn't, man, the way that I was feeling was just like, the first day, him and I, we shook hands saying that we weren't going to snake one another. And I believed him. Like I said, sometimes I could be a little too forgiving or just trusting people too much. And that's kind of where I was. That's why I stayed, because I trusted him.
Only one of you's there, then you just spent 100 days in prison for nothing. 3, 2, 1, drop the curtains!
Boom!
They didn't screw each other over.
Not bad.
That is your $240,000. Well, now he dropped some on the ground. And to celebrate, you two are free.
The first thing I did was look for my family, man. Oh, man. I froze it at the perfect time, too. That's the money was whatever, but seeing them and seeing their smiles. My daughter, she was so scared of everybody that was screaming, so she was a bit in shock, but wow.
Hopefully they never go to prison again. If you haven't already, turn on notifications. We upload every other Saturday. Look how happy you are. This is amazing. I love this video.
And don't forget, we're still raising money for...
Yeah. That's the breakdown. Thank you to the Beast team. Thank you to Ian for being a solid man and brother and putting me on to so many great things. See my man Madge in the background. Madge, what's up? It was a good time. Thanks for watching.
Team water, every dollar on average gives one person 1 year of clean water.